evening and welcome to this edition of Newsleader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Amelia Marquez. In tonight's news, a Tullahoma man has been charged with rape of a 14-year-old girl. County unemployment numbers released this week indicate that Coffee and surrounding counties are doing quite well, and the latest statistics on tourism for the state show Tennessee is at the top. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's Newsleader on 6.
Trucks, trucks, and more trucks. Keith Barnett here with the Russell Barnett Automotive family, and we have your next truck. From the Ford F-Series, the Ram, Chevrolet, or the GMC, then look no further than the Russell Barnett family. With over 350 new and pre-owned trucks to choose from, now is the time to buy. Stop by one of our 5 locations. That's Russell Barnett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Chevrolet GMC, Ford of Winchester, and Russell Barnett Ford and Kia of Tullahoma, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. Why buy anywhere else?
The highest standard of excellence requires dedication and commitment. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of excellence in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Mayor Lane Curlee is challenging Tullahoma area citizens to join him in a walk across Tennessee, and you don't have to leave Tullahoma. This fall, get fit by putting one foot in front of the other and walk across Tennessee. You'll win prizes, get weekly fitness tips, enjoy fun weekly walks with local personalities, and you'll feel great getting fit. We want businesses, churches, families, and friends to form a team and join Walk Across Tennessee. Starts August 21st and ends October 15th. Take the first step to a healthier life and join this free program.
Welcome back. Recently released county unemployment rates for July show the rates decreased in 73 counties, increased in 11, and remained the same in 11 counties. Coffee County unemployment declined slightly from 4.9% in June to 4.8% in July. Warren County's unemployment rate was 5.1%, down from 5.3% the previous month. Bedford County fell from 5.6% to 5.5%, while Franklin and Moore Counties' unemployment rate went up slightly, with Franklin going from 5.4% in June to 5.5% in July, and Moore County went from 4.3% to 4.4%. Williamson County had the state's lowest unemployment rate at 3.6%, while Hancock County had the highest at 8.7%.
Tennessee's unemployment rate for July was 4.3%, up 0.2 of a percentage point from the June revised rate of 4.1%. Even with a slight increase this month, the unemployment rate in Tennessee has declined 1.3% since July of 2015, which is more than 3 times as much as the national rate. The U.S. preliminary rate for July was 4.9%, unchanged from the previous month. Over the past year, Tennessee's unemployment rate decreased from 5.6% to 4.3%, while the national rate declined from 5.3% to 4.9%. Total non-farm employment increased by 48,000 jobs from June to July. The largest increases occurred in mining, logging, construction, and in government. Over the entire year, seasonally adjusted non-farm employment has increased by 58,600 jobs.
Tennessee Governor Bill Haslam recently announced Tennessee's tourism's direct domestic and international travel expenditures reached an all-time high of $18.4 billion in 2015, up 3.7% over the previous year, as reported by the U.S. Travel Association. For the 10th consecutive year, tourism topped $1 billion in state and local sales tax revenue, reaching $1.6 billion. That's up 7% over 2014. Tourism generated jobs for Tennesseans reached 157,400, an increase of 2.9%. The top 5 counties include Davidson at $5.686 billion, Shelby with $3.196 billion, Sevier at $2.031 billion, Hamilton $1.016 billion, and Knox at $1.014 billion. All 95 counties in Tennessee had more than $1 million in direct travel expenditures, and 19 counties saw more than $100 million each. Tennessee is ranked in the top 10 destinations in the U.S. for total travel, with more than 105 million in total visitation. That's a 3.9% increase over 2014.
A local man has been charged with the rape of a minor. The Tullahoma News reported in their Wednesday edition that Tullahoma police have arrested Jeremiah Alsop, age 34, of Max Lane in Tullahoma. The victim is 14 years old and told officers that Alsop had been raping her since she was 5 years old. Arresting officer Rana Pulowski said she had obtained samples of possible evidence which will be tested by the TBI Forensic Lab in Nashville. Alsop is being held in the Coffee County Jail on a $250,000 bond. He was scheduled for a court hearing today.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. It's a Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom.
It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. The Multi-County Cancer Support Network has set their annual Cancer Walk fundraiser for next weekend. John Gray spoke with Kenny Delaney about the program.
Pleased to have Kenny Delaney here with me today, and we're going to talk about the Cancer Walk.
Sure, absolutely.
What's your position with this? It says director right there.
That's right. I'm actually on the board of directors. There are 12 of us, and there's a president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary as well. So there's a group of 16.
Of what? What's the group?
Multi-County Cancer Support Network.
See, I wanted you to get the name.
Absolutely.
I knew, but they need to.
Multi-County, we're a 501c3,
Right.
so we're totally nonprofit, just here to serve.
And how many counties do you serve?
We serve 8 counties, actually, and I brought my list just so I don't ever forget it. We serve Bedford, Coffee, Franklin, Grundy, Lincoln, Marion, Moore, and Warren counties.
Very good.
So
Very good.
all the money that we receive, it stays local to help families in those 8 counties. The most prominent way that we raise money is our once-a-year walkathon, and that's what's actually coming up on September 9th.
Boy, we got you here just at the right time.
Absolutely. But we receive memorials, donations just from families, from people who have passed away. There's a lot of just everyday donations from anybody. There's also a Fabulous 50s event that goes on over in Fayetteville once a year, I think in March. All the proceeds from that event actually come to Multi-County.
Very good.
There's a 5K walk later, I think it's in early October, I believe, this year. And then
But the walkathon is the event. I know my wife has been involved. She's a cancer survivor, and she's been on the board of Multi-County at one point.
Cool.
And I know we've been involved in that for years. And it's at the track in Winchester still.
You're exactly right.
And that's where the old high school was.
Right, the old
which
Franklin County High
It's
School.
gone now. That building's not there anymore.
Well, they call it the annex building or something. There's still some building there, but I wasn't there back then to know what used to be.
The big brick building's gone, but it's where the old football field was at Franklin County. And one of the things that the bleachers are still there, so there's places for people to sit. One of the things I like is the Survivors Walk.
Yes.
And of course, there are bags around the track, right?
Yes, luminaries.
The luminaries that are lit, and we get to do that because they don't go up in the air.
That's exactly right.
And they're biodegradable because they're made out of paper.
And we actually have a recycling group that comes and picks all those up and picks up the kitty litter that we use to weight those down.
Candles,
and so all that actually gets recycled anyway. So
very good.
Win-win.
Very good. Yeah, win-win situation.
Church groups, business groups, and even just families can call our office and form their own team and set up a tent. We actually have a tent decorating contest now.
Oh, really?
Where we have judges every year that go around to all the tents and just figure out, try to decide who has done the most above and beyond effort for their tents. So there's quite a few new things going on.
And there's food.
Absolutely. We have a really big concession stand. We have barbecue, hot dogs, a lot of different items that people can come and have dinner. That's one way to support us. It's free. The whole event is open to the public.
Right.
Anybody that just drives by on the street can drop on in, walk a lap or two, get affected, get the feeling that
eat something because you make money when they eat something.
Support us by having dinner there. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's plenty of water there to make sure people are hydrated and all of those.
And it's in the evening, and it's in mid-September, so it's usually really fair weather. It's just the perfect time of the year.
Yeah.
9 o'clock is our candlelight service.
Right.
And what we do then is we actually shut out all of the stadium lights. Prior to that, we ask that everybody have their seats and all that. But we shut out all the lights, and usually a preacher or somebody, with an inspirational message gives a little bit of a talk about cancer and how it relates to, everyday life. And during that time, you see all of the luminaries that line the track. And then perhaps the most special part, even the most overwhelming part, is in the very middle of the football field, there's what we call a circle of light. And that circle of light is made up of these luminaries lit up with candles in them that actually represent all of the cancer victims who have actually passed away since our last walkathon. And so when you think about the reality of what all of these things represent, it's really emotional, it's overwhelming, but it really lifts you up to realize that, hey, look at all these survivors that are here. That's the whole point of it. Celebrate. A lot of special people with a lot of special messages, and just sharing what they've learned and sharing what they've gone through. And it's a lot of like-minded people that, when brought together, I mean, it's a wealth of information, it's a wealth of inspiration. It's just a really fun event to attend as far as conversations go.
You're to be appreciated and thanked for your involvement and everybody else with your group.
Absolutely.
We've supported Multi-County for years and years. We will continue to. Anytime you ever need anything, all you got to do is email or call.
Yes.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
More Newsleader on 6 is coming up after these messages.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation.
It's gonna be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Welcome back. Jenny Beal from the Life Care Center in Tullahoma stopped by our studio earlier this week to tell us about some exciting events they have planned at the center in September.
We have a busy month in the month of September. For the first thing, actually, we are celebrating. We just had a zero deficiency survey.
Zero deficiency.
Yes.
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. And we are now a 5-star building.
All right, when you say you're a 5-star building, that is a rating from 1 to 5. 5 is the top.
Yes.
And who gives you this rating?
Medicare does.
Oh, so Medicare.
And it's a rating they give really just for the consumer's benefit. It's to help them tell which facilities are doing better and which ones probably need to work a little bit harder.
And 5's the best.
And 5's the best.
And Life Care of Tullahoma is 5.
It's a 5.
It's the best.
Yes.
0 deficiencies and 5.
Yes.
So 0 is the best as far as deficiencies are concerned.
Absolutely.
And 5 is the best as far as Medicare is concerned. So you got them both.
Yes, we did.
Why would you want to go anywhere else?
I know.
Particularly with what she's getting ready to tell you is going to be going on. What is going on? Fun things?
A lot of fun things. First of all, September is going to be a very busy month, but we are getting ready right now for our Alzheimer's Walk. So on September 10th, we're going to start off at South Jackson. It'll start off probably about 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And we'll do our Alzheimer's Walk. And I love it because this year, Travis, our administrator, is going to let us bring some of our residents out.
Oh,
so
good.
they are very excited, yes. So they get to come and join us. There's going to be lots of vendor booths. There'll be a jumpy jump if you have kids that want to come out. Yeah, it's a fun time for all.
Good, good. Now, then I think you said that was when? The 10th?
September 10th.
Now, what happens, one of my favorite things, on the 15th?
September 15th is our annual senior prom.
Boy, that's fun.
Yes, yes, we love it. It is a huge to-do with our residents. They all look forward to it every year. We have professional photographers come in, music, we get attire for the residents. Some of them don't have prom dresses or suits and things like that, so we gather. A lot of people donate a lot of those clothes throughout the year to help us, but we get them all dressed up. They get to have their professional picture taken, hair done, nails. They have fine dining. But my favorite part is at every table, and I love how Life Care does this, we did it last year, is there's an actual picture of the resident at their senior prom, sitting at their table, if they had one. If not, you know, maybe pictures of them back in that era when their prom would have been. And the community is always welcome to come in and experience it with us, and maybe dance with one of the residents, and they really love it.
Last year.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I did. And then after that, what's next?
On September 28th, we are going to have our health fair.
Okay.
So Life Care puts on a big health fair. We have a lot of vendors come in and set up booths. So you'll have home health agencies, hospice agencies, durable medical equipment, you know, just different array of services geared toward seniors.
There are probably some insurance people there that help you find the proper type of extra coverages and stuff like that. Probably investment people there.
There's just a big array of just different people that come. We do blood pressure checks, blood sugar checks. Our physical therapists will have their balance machine out, so we do a full assessment on what balance issues you may have, and what kind of risk you are for a fall, and what kind of exercises you can do to try to help that. So yeah, there's a lot of different services offered. But it's a planning.
Sure it is.
We have a lot of young folks that come through there that their parents are getting older. They're trying to figure out and prepare for the future on what happens if mom can't stay by herself and that kind of thing. So it's a big planning fair.
We'll be right back in a moment.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
It's time for every family and business in Tullahoma to go green and recycle. Tullahoma Public Works makes it simple and easy to recycle. Just place your recyclable materials, paper, plastic, aluminum, and cardboard beside your garbage container on the same day your garbage is picked up. Your recycled materials don't have to be in a fancy container. Recycling is not only the right thing to do, it makes sense. Recycling pays. Paying to bury our garbage costs each of us. Please do your part. Let's go green, Tullahoma, and recycle.
The Tullahoma Wildcats have been blown away by their first two opponents this season. John Gray spoke with the head coach, John Olive, about his plans to right the ship.
We are now 0-2, and my biggest concern is we're not competitive. It would be different if we'd been beaten by 10 points, 14 points. Then you at least know that there's little things that you can do to keep working on, to keep correcting, that get you to the situation to where if you make enough plays, you win the football game. Right now, we have so many problems, and what I told the team last night, there used to be certain teams that you played that you didn't have to be mentally ready to roll at the top of your game. You were going to win. Well, the coin is now flipped. We're that team that nobody has to play their best against, and they're still going to win. From a standpoint of what we can control is eliminating the mistakes, making them less and less and less and less, so that by the time we get to week 5, 6, 7, we are giving ourselves a chance to be in ball games. Now, when we play somebody really good, which we are going to do this coming Friday night over at Lewisburg, we don't have great odds. Okay, and you can run up a white flag and just say, we give, we're not coming, you win 1-0. The computer says we're 70-point underdog. We don't make some changes this week, absolutely. If it hurts us this coming Friday night because we're playing some guys that haven't been playing and so forth, so be it. If we happen to upset Lewisburg, we'll all celebrate. But we're going to get ready for the long term of the season. And our goal is by week 5 or 6 that we are putting ourselves in positions to win football games. There you go. If we can. And that's, I wish, I'd started this process 4 weeks ago, but we didn't. And we had done things like we had always done. We were playing kids both ways. We had set up rotations to try to get some guys rest when they needed rest. But I'm going to try something a little different. I'm not upset. We do need to become a better practice team. We're not a good practice team right now, but a lot of that is because we don't have enough of them that know how to practice. Right. Okay, so we know that, and we know that's a learning process.
They will. This group,
we're not upset with what they're doing, though, overall. It's not easy right now for these young men. They're making a commitment. Oh, yeah. And I want people to understand that. Do I get upset with them on Friday night? Do I get upset during practice? Yes. But I get upset at myself. I get upset at coaches. It's a frustrating time right now, but we're going to keep working. And it's the only thing I know to do. I know what it takes to be successful. And it begins on the practice field. That's right. Okay? There's some things that we've got to be able to reestablish back inside the program as a whole to help our football program get back up to where it was not very long ago.
The Coffee County Humane Society's featured pet this week is Willie. Willie is a mixed breed dog in need of a loving forever home. The shelter also has many other dogs available for adoption at 1210 Oakdale Street in Manchester. Hours of operation at the shelter are 7:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. The shelter's phone number is 723-2730, and donations for animal care can be made to the Coffee County Humane Society at P.O. Box 252, Manchester 37349, and their website is www.coffeehumane.org.
The pet of the week this week at the Tullahoma Animal Shelter is a hound mix named Penny. She entered the shelter as a stray and is approximately 1.5 years old. Penny is good with other dogs and children and up to date on her vaccinations, microchips, and heartworm negative. She will receive a free spay provided by the Tullahoma Animal Shelter. Be sure to check out the shelter on Facebook for more information about upcoming events and fundraisers. Remember, you can help support your local shelter by adopting, donating, or volunteering. For more details, contact Teresa at 454-9580. The Tullahoma Animal Shelter is located at 942 Maplewood Avenue.
Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment with your weather forecast.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do,
Everyday miracles at Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Have you heard the news? The Russell Barnett Automotive family has launched its new and improved website. That's russellbarnett.com. With over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, then look no further than russellbarnett.com. Online service appointments, customer testimonials, and vehicle history reports, this website has it all. We are the largest Middle Tennessee family-owned dealership with 5 locations to choose from. russellbarnett.com, and why buy anywhere else?
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom. Adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing. Or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1951 at 102 degrees. The record low was in 1954 at 50 degrees. The average high on this day is 87 and the average low is 64. Partly cloudy weather in the forecast for tonight with a low of around 68. Mostly sunny weather expected on Friday with a high of 85 and a low of 66. Mostly sunny weather again on the forecast on Saturday with a high of 84 and a low of 69. And that's our Newsleader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for Newsleader on 6. You have a good evening.
And from all of us on Newsleader 6 wishes you and your families a fantastic Labor Day weekend. Thank you.